What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Crystals. Welcome to yet another episode of The Street Light. And today I got one of my boys in the house. I always say one of my boys, but not they're like my homeboys, all of them that I bring to the show. But these are my brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm about to introduce this brother right here, man. Check out this work. Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? When I say one of my brothers, that's what I'm really talking about, you know what I'm saying? If they were one of these boys, man, after graduation, them boy decided to start dancing. I mean, I don't know, man, how to say this, man, but Sean, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks, man.
Welcome to the Street Light, man.
It's good to be here.
Tell me what happened. I mean, were you not happy in school? Did you have a beef with your parents? Because after you graduated, you've done attachment before, right?
Yes.
After you did the attachment, then after graduation, you decided to come to the studio and start dancing. Who does that?
I did. So actually, before this whole dancing thing, my first passion was soccer. I was very good at soccer. Then that dream didn't work out. But obviously, having parents, they want you to do school. So I went to school as far as they wanted me to go. But I'm I'll say an artistic, sportish person. So being behind a desk, making my boss happy wearing a suit and tie was not my steez. So I was like, no, let me do this school thing. Once I finish, then I go and do
How old were you when you make that decision?
19.
I still don't have words, man. You know what I'm saying? Because
19.
I'm trying to imagine you went to university.
Yeah.
It was in Bboychristyles.
Yeah, I was at the National University of Science and Technology.
Okay. What degree were you working on?
I was doing pursuing a Bachelor of Science honors degree in applied mathematics.
Wow. Then you got that degree.
Yeah.
Then you went to your iPod and did a playlist and say, I'm going to make a routine.
Calculating the moves, how to make sure that they come out well. Yeah.
Okay, so talking about that, man, you are one of the people from my time. When I say my time, I mean when we started dancing back then, it wasn't even being commercialized like these days. You know what I'm saying? And you have still survived, and you're still dancing. And I believe you are running one of the successful studios in Zimbabwe with dancers. I mean, tell me about that transition when you graduated from school and where you are right now. What really took place?
Whew. I need to make sure I condense this because it's a long story.
Okay.
So one thing that was clear in my head was I'm going to go in without holding anything back. I'm going to give myself a certain window period to try and make this thing work. If it doesn't work, then at least I've tried. So I started a dance group called Rolex Dance Crew together with Yokai. And a lot of people jumped in that we roped in and we competed.
Wow.
And I can't say it was a smooth walk. That just because we won national finals doesn't mean that it comes with national money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that recognition allowed us to keep moving and keep moving forward. So at that point we're still in Bboychristyles, and then we relocated to H-Town because I think the bigger market is Harare. That's a good point. I am actually not from Bboychristyles. A lot of people think I'm from Bboychristyles. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm a Harare boy who went to Bboychristyles for school and came back to Harare.
Oh, now I see. Because I think all the Rolex people, they are from Bboychristyles.
Not everyone.
Okay.
Some of them. But the core of Rolex was not from Bboychristyles.
Okay.
Then moved to Harare and then did our steez here in H-Town. And now I'm running a studio.
Wow.
And here we are.
So tell me, are you still with Rolex?
No. So we had our run for I can't remember how many years, but we then grew into different spheres of the arts. So Romeo is into videography now. Yokai is into directing and teaching. Wangani is into dabbling into comedy and still dancing and teaching. Other guys, they now pursue their degrees because one is an architect, the other one is a radiographer, and then I am still dancing and teaching.
So you guys, the whole of crew, met at the university or what?
Oh no, so I was at NAST, Yokai was at NAST, so we met the two of us there. And then when we competed, that's when we saw other people. Because when we were competing, others are in the audience, and then you meet them afterwards. They're like, oh no, where are you? I stayed there, or I do this. So there are people from different spaces, but most of the chunk for Rolex Dance Crew, they were from NAST. So myself, Yokai, Shane, Conrad from NAST. Romeo was doing with UNISA, correspondence learning, and the other guys, they were elsewhere. And Cyril, yeah, how can I forget Cyril? He's going to kill me. Cyril as well, I was at Bboychristyles Polytechnic, but the greater chunk was from NAST.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, this is interesting. Yeah, I mean, Rolex is one of the crews. I know we also did a lot of stuff with Rolex from back in the days. I remember I started knowing Rolex at the show, the Face of Faith.
Hey, 2008, Seven Arts Theater.
Seven Arts. That's when I started knowing Rolex, and you guys.
Oh man.
We were all wearing some cool outfits. And I said, who are these people here, man?
Yeah.
Because by that time we thought we were the only ones making noise in the city. And another giant step in the building, you know what I'm saying? And everyone was like, Rolex! I said, who's Rolex?
Who are these guys?
And when I was going on stage, everyone is going crazy. I mean, I really appreciate that because, you know, a lot of people, usually when they start, it's very hard to track the history. When you look at some creators, some they really died at a very early age. Even a lot of people that we used to dance with are back in the days. But what kept you going?
Like I said at the beginning, a clear sense of vision and mission, and a core foundation of principles and values that we're not going to compromise on. So the fact that because you see, you don't want to make decisions based on circumstances and situations. Because once you make decisions like that, then wherever the wind goes, that's where you go. But if you make your decisions based on purpose and calling, and you have a clear vision and a mission, and you have principles and values that you stay true to, that you hold on to, then you stay on the straight and narrow. So that's honestly what I can say kept us going. It's exactly the same thing that's keeping us going up until today, because we know what we want to achieve, we know what we want to do, we know where we want to go, and we are clear on the fruit that we want to see in the creative landscape.
Wow. I don't have much to say because I was about to attack this guy. Who does that, man? You got a degree and you decide to go to Seven Arts. But anyway, it's your boy Bboychristyles, and today I got your boy Sean Mambwere in the house. Award winning also. He's doing a lot of things that we're going to talk about after this break. I just want you to see some of the works that this brother has been doing. Yeah, man. Check this out.
Producing for myself, and I picked up that little microphone, and this melody came to mind, and I started recording. It was like and then I put the distortion pedal on, and I made it sound like this. And that's when I started getting my courage back. I started remembering, as long as I'm alive, as long as I got breath in my lungs, I still got a chance. See, I ain't done until I say I'm done. And guess what? I ain't done. I might turn up by myself. Hey, no, I don't need opinion. No, I did this for myself. For myself. Hey, hey, yeah. I believe in me the way that I used to. I believe in me. That's all you need to do. Take the DRC. $1 million murder. That's what I'm feeling like. I know who I am. came out in the winter. Just came out like a winner. Had a breakdown, could've stayed down, figure. Rather die trying than to live like quitter. Ooh, yeah, my problem big, but I know God way bigger. What you expect once you level up? Don't you know the boss is bigger? Yeah, used to spend a lot of time daring myself. Then I spend a lot of time comparing myself. Turning to the doubt, then the fear of myself. Overthinking to the point I wasn't pairing myself. Now I know why Chappelle went missing. Now I know why Brick got the Clippers. Now I know why Ye started tripping. The pressure and the expectation get ya.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. And now I'm saying it's your boy, Bboychristyles, and I got a guest in the house that you've just been watching. His name is Mambwere. He's an award winner, not just one award. I don't know what this guy paying those guys getting awards or what, but he doesn't have one award, you know. But Sean, man, tell me something, you know. You know, there's a lot of appreciation to this industry, as far as people don't want to focus on the negative things, but there are also positive things that has been happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Take us through the journey. I know you've done a lot of productions. I know you've done locally and international competitions, and you also been grooming young guys that stepped out of the borders and they'll still come back home with the crown, man. You know what I'm saying? Can you tell us more about that, man?
Hey, bro. I think for me as a dancer and creative and choreographer, one thing that I'm big on is passing on the torch. You don't want to, I always tell my students that whatever you know, don't hold it in your hand like this. Always release it, because once you release it, you're opening up your hand to receive more. Whether it's choreography or opportunities or whatever, don't keep them to yourself. Share so that the industry can grow. So yeah, hey, there are a lot of people that have come through my hands, and the hands of many other people who do what I do, that have gone to win competitions in South Africa. Some are representing in China, some are representing locally here in Zim and doing amazing things. And the other thing that I think I've tried to do to the best of my ability is not replicate myself in the kids that I teach, but try and unlock their uniqueness and then try and channel that they can grow in their own movement. Because I think that's super important. No one can be shown. I'm going to be shown. So you be Bboychristyles, you be whoever you're supposed to be in the industry, and then run your race and run it well with so much joy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So not just getting a degree, also getting awards.
Hey, I don't like that conversation, but anyway.
I like the conversation. Why? Because appreciation means you're doing something positive. Appreciation means you're doing something good, you know what I'm saying? When you are doing something good, you need to be appreciated, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know maybe people, they might say, or maybe you want to say that an award means nothing, or whatever means nothing. But one thing that I know for sure, when people do something good, they need to be rewarded.
Right.
Not just with money, but it has to come with a lot of things, man. You know what I'm saying? So looking into that, I believe you're an award winner, right?
Yep.
Yes, and you being an award winner, I believe that you're also doing something for your community. You're also doing something for the young ones. And, you know, in doing all of this, where is your heart? Is your heart in performing? Is your heart in teaching? Where is Sean's heart?
All right. So I'll go back to the vision that I have from when I started. I always saw myself from two perspectives. One as a consumer, and then the other one as a producer. Wow. So by consumer, I mean I'm still able to dance. Okay. So if I can still get on stage, I'll get there and I'll do it for as many years as I can. But I'm not going to dance forever. Yeah. So you have to transition to be a producer. We are now creating the work for other people who are able to do it, to still do it, but you're still within the creative landscape. So that's one thing that I've done. So I think I'm in that phase where I'm transitioning from doing less of performing on stage and dancing on stage, but moving on to being a producer where I create the work that is showcased on stage by those that I've been teaching and working with over the years.
So who are you teaching?
Hey, I teach kids, man, from 3 years old all the way to adults and grannies. Wow. Different classes, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So I teach hip-hop. That's my default setting, because that's what brought me up from from a young age. And I also do Afro-pop or Afrofusion, depending which side of Samora you come from.
I'm from the west, man. Well, I'm from the north.
You're from the north. Okay.
I don't know, man, but I'm from the hood.
Yeah. So I do hip-hop and Afro-pop. Those are my genres. But for my studio, I work with a team. The beauty of working with a team. We, in addition to hip-hop and Afro-pop, we have ballet, contemporary, jazz, tap, and a bit of acrobatics.
Wow.
Yeah.
All in one.
All in one.
And tell me about the productions that you've been working on. What type of productions do you do?
So, if COVID had not happened, I was going to take my first full-length production to Germany in August. But then COVID happened. But that was going to be my second time going back to Germany with a full-length production. I've taught China for like a full year, leading a team of differently gifted people. Yeah. So not just dancers, but you have your singers and your percussionists and people who play djembes, and just leading that team and doing productions and touring the whole of China. And we actually performed in one of the biggest theaters in the world in China, which is called the Grand Theater. Wow. It's amazing. It looks like an egg, not like a zai. But it's dope. Dan Haifa for years on end did productions with Eminem together with Mitzi and Melanie that I was working with at the time. But one thing that I do as well is I shoot creative content, because when you do productions like this, it's only localized to the people that come to see it. But then you have people that you can inspire who are beyond borders. And the digital platform is important. So that's why I create content, so that those who are not able to come to Zim can still see what we're capable of and appreciate the content, and then say, you know what, there's something in Zim that's happening, and I think I like it, I want to be part of it.
Talking about Zim, I mean, tell me something about the industry. How do you see our dance industry in Zim? I mean, I need your honest opinion on this, but what do you see needs to? What do you think needs to be done? What do you think it's not? What do you think is going well? What do you think is not going well?
Let me start with what's going well.
Yes.
What's going well, starting from parents and guardians. The parents and guardians that are of this generation, they are more supportive of their kids when they're doing dancing, unlike our parents. They'll be like, what does say? But that's one thing that's going well. So you have everyone dancing. That's one thing that's going well. Secondly, the other thing that's going well is that people are not ashamed to try stuff. They're just trying stuff, whether it's b-boy or whatever it is. That's something that's going well. I wouldn't say it's not something that's not going well, but it's something that can be done better. An appreciation of those that came before and wanting to go to them and say, show me the ropes. Because we have young kids who are gifted, but they don't have the foundation in the art form. So you find they like hip-hop, but they don't know the origins of hip-hop. Where did it start? Who started it? Which year? All those are important. What are the 4 pillars of hip-hop? What makes hip-hop hip-hop? They just like the dancing without knowing the foundation. I always tell my students that the foundation is what sustains your craft, not the craft. The foundation of the craft is what sustains your craft. So I think there's need for that. 1, 2, the biggest thing is ego. Ego on both sides. Those that came before us, they don't want to share their secrets for how they became successful.
The recipe is being kept secret.
The recipe is being kept secret. But also on the other side, the young ones, they feel like the old ones cannot tell them anything. So they'll never humble themselves to come and say, I want to learn. So, and the other thing, I think the biggest thing, I said ego, but I think the biggest thing that people need to watch out for is being a trend generation of dancers. So how you dance is what's trending, which again comes back down to, like what I said, foundation. That if you don't know the foundation, you're only going to go as far as the trends go. So gara gara ikabuda, pera achazeni zvaChrystals ausisina. So you end up just chilling, waiting for the next trending move to come out for you to come to the surface. And I'll be like, no, you have your own movement that's within you. I want to bring that out. So let's bring that out so that whether trends come and go, you still stay creating and still running in your lane. Which brings up another question. Do people enjoy the way that they dance? Because some of them, they end up doing trendy stuff because they feel like how they dance, people are not liking it, people are not resharing or posting, which is another story by itself.
Speaking on that, man, when Afro, not to disrespect anyone doing Afro, but when Afro got famous, I saw a lot of people stopping whatever they were doing. They jump into Afro. Now I even met people that say, I dance amapiano. I mean, amapiano dance. I didn't know about that, man. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you might help me. You might walk through me this.
Right.
Since maybe I'm a little bit behind. But, I mean, you know, there were times when B-boy got popular. I saw a lot of people doing B-boy. Then there were times where choreo got popular. I saw a lot of people doing choreo.
Right.
Which was one thing what I respect about you. Not that I know you, but when I look at the image of Rolex, and when I look at you, I haven't seen Shoni doing something else. I'm not saying you haven't done anything, but I think you have maintained the image. I think you have managed to maintain that, of which I kind of feel like a lot of people, they are actually shifting away because of the times. But I don't know, how would you try to describe it? Because I've seen it several times happening.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you for those refreshing kind words. So there are forces that are pushing people to end up doing what they're doing. First of all, Zimbabwe is tough.
Okay.
Living in Zim is tough. So any dancer who's in Zim, they're doing what they're doing as long as it brings money into their pockets. So you find that if it's amapiano, that's what they'll overnight, they're now professional amapiano choreographers and dancers.
And also there were times when Kwaito was popular.
Yeah, so this is why I'm saying it comes down to, one, what is trending.
But why did you stay within your style?
Why did I stay?
Was it paying?
No, it wasn't.
Maybe you were getting paid.
No, it wasn't actually paying. Actually, the fact is it was taking out more than what was coming in. I was staying without anything. But it comes back to what is your purpose, what is your mission, and what is your vision for why you do what you do. Because if that foundation and internal foundation is not clear, anything that comes, you jump on it. I'm not saying it's wrong to jump on it, but when that fire dies down, what stays?
Like it's kind of like in a situation we were all looking for transport, but I mean,
you see,
any combi just come in and they say, hey, and you are going maybe to Mabuku, but because the transport is going to Cheetah, you don't even ask, you just want to go.
You just want to go.
You just riding in.
Exactly. So you need to have. I think you need to have a clear picture of who you are as a dancer. What kind of style defines you? And then once that is clear, you put in the work to be a master of that style. I'm not saying other things will not feed in. Definitely, by all means, learn. Times are evolving, times are changing. Grab anything that you can that can better you as a dancer. But when everything is cut away, we should know who is Crystals.
Yeah,
as a dancer, man. Still a b-boy. So that's one thing. There's the pressures of Zim, and they are legitimate. I mean, you do what you can to do that. And then the second thing is a sense of this is what's trending, so let me jump on that bandwagon. Wow. Then that strips away from what you're capable of doing because you're jumping on what others are capable of doing. And then the last thing that I'll say is having a sense of dissatisfaction with wanting to grow as a dancer. Because everything that we jump on, it's a finished product.
Yeah.
You don't want to put in the work and then you fail and then you fall. and then you mess up, you're like, this is not working. No one is saying that, hey, I'm trying, this is not working. And then you go back again to the drawing board and try again. Everything is just saying, oh, this is finished product, let me what? Jump on it. And if you do not work on your craft and then say, I'm going to fall down and get back up and still keep pushing forward, then that's what we have. And I don't think it's a good place to be for anyone, really. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because you know, at times we have got a lot going on, but I think, are we able to identify the problem? Are we able to identify the root cause? I like what you've highlighted, that we are living in tough times now, and people, they need to get paid. I mean, I really respect that, but also I think what's lacking is people are learning how to master one thing. It can also help you to jump into another, because when I see it, that's your recipe. You know what I'm saying? I think even when I look at the other Rolex members, I saw Yokai dancing, I don't know, was it last year?
Yeah.
But I mean, I can also recall that these people, they've mastered to master their craft, of which I think that's also what's lacking with our youth today. Because I tell you, when I was heavy on them classes, I had a lot of kids, a lot of people that used to come to learn b-boy. But the moment they didn't see me, I saw them doing other things. The next day I saw them following this person. And when I look at it, I haven't seen any big name from the people that are dancing these days. When I think of the industry, I still refer myself back to the old people.
Right.
Why do you think it's like that?
Foundation.
Yeah, because
it's foundation.
Like when I talk about when I start counting names, I think it still takes me back.
Yeah.
To the people that has been dancing for the past 5 years, for the people that's been dancing the past 7 years.
Yeah.
And now we got the new cats. So do you think, are we doing justice as is the old cats? Do you think we are passing on this level of knowledge? Well, the blame is on us or what?
I think we have a part to play, that we can play a whole lot better than what we are doing. Like what we're saying, people are holding on to their secret sauce.
Yeah.
If I let this out, McDonald's is going to come crashing down. So I'm not going to release the recipe or whether Coca-Cola or whatever it is. But you can't apply such kind of paradigm thinking to dance.
Yeah.
You and I and any dancer, you're not going to dance forever.
Yeah, that's true.
You're going to go to the grave
yeah.
with what you know and what you've amassed.
We're going to put you down.
We're going to put you down.
6 feet under.
6 feet under.
Some cement on it.
And additionally, on top of that, what you are going to do, you're not going to be on top of your game in as much as you would want to. You are not going to be on top of your game until you get to the grave. Time changes. Time shifts. Your window is going to come to an end. The question is, have you passed on what you learned so that those who are coming after you are not starting from where you started? They are starting from where you're leaving from, so that they can push the industry forward. So I think us, the generations before us and us, we can do a better job of passing on stuff and not feel like we are, what's the word? And not feel like we are letting ourselves go, you know, or we are shortchanging ourselves. Or like, hey, Shawan, it took me 7 years to get to where I am. So why should I pass it on in a class for 30 minutes and then they already know what took me 7 years to know? That's not the point.
That's true.
The point is, what you know, someone taught you. You don't know how long it took them. Now you're passing it on to the next person so that it takes them a short time. I'll just give an example. Someone was asking me, Sean, why are you charging me whatever amount I said for something that takes you 10 minutes to make? I told them, I'm not charging you for how long it takes me to make it. I'm charging you for how long it took me to get to those 10 minutes to make it.
Yeah.
It's work that I put in. So my 15 years of work is what I'm charging you for. That this did not come easy.
That's true.
So when you value yourself like that, it comes back down to, are you putting in the work so that you can build your craft with such excellence, and you are eager, not just happy, but eagerly happy to pass what you know on to the next person and be happy when they do better than you.
Wow. Yeah, man, there's a lot. There's a lot to know because also when it comes to value and everything like that, a lot of people they really tend to ask artists. They can say, "Oh, no, about 2 minutes or enter," but they don't know for you to perfect that skill. It takes a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really respect that, man. You know what I'm saying? So, who's Sean associated with now? Because I know Sean is Rolex, but now I see this I Dance Hub. And Sean is with M&M.
Right.
Is Sean? I mean,
Am I split 3 ways?
Yes. Who's Sean? What's the vision, brother? What's going on?
Yeah. So Eminem is a dance studio that I've been a part of. I was roped in by the owners of the studio. Eminem actually stands for Mitzi and Melanie. That's where Eminem comes from.
Okay.
So they roped me in 7 years ago.
Wow.
So I've been mentored and taught by them, and we've been doing stuff together. But whilst I was still under them, I still had a passion of wanting to take my creative work so that it reaches out to more people outside of those who come to Eminem and outside of those who come to Zimbabwe. So that's where iCubed Dance Hub comes into play. It's more of trying to push the envelope of creating quality creative content with a purpose and a vision. So when you see the iCubed Dance Hub logo and the Eminem logo, I am saying this is coming from Eminem, and the purpose of that is to impact you.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the iCubed Dance Hub. Then, so from Rolex, having danced together for a season where God used us amazingly well, and we did amazing things, we then transitioned to Eminem and iCubed Dance Hub. Those are running side by side, and we'll see whether things are going to change moving forward.
Wow, so where can we find you?
Any social media platform.
What's that social media
outside
platform,
of TikTok? I'm not on TikTok. So Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube. I just said 5. Same name. Sean Mambwere.
Okay.
If you type in Sean Mambwere on any of those platforms, you'll find me there, you'll find my work there, you'll find my thinking there, you'll find stuff there.
Whoa, thank you so much, man.
Pleasure, man.
Thank you so much for coming to the show. Thank you so much for your time and sharing knowledge with us. Yo, it's your boy, Crystals, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a house right now with my brother, Sean. This brother, after I graduated, I'll say this again, the next 10 years or 20, he decided to take his degree on the side and pick up his iPod and started dancing.
Oh, man.
That's amazing, man. Who does that? But he did that. But yeah, that's the brother we've been having today in the house. Having a conversation about what he's been doing, what he's been up to. He's been one of the giants, one of the big homies in the dance industry, trying to mentor these young people and also trying to do what he loves and getting paid for that. Next time you're going to see us with this brother, watch out for what's coming, you know what I'm saying. Thank you for watching the show. We've come to an end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, share, bring all the questions. Thank you so much. Peace out.
Peace.